Hello adventurers, and welcome to our D&D live play. Thanks for joining us as we explore Eberron's lands and seas in Lost Horizons, the Seas of Redemption campaign. Now, let's see what our crew is up to today.
3, 2, 1. Welcome adventurers one and all to Epic Chaos Games, a D&D podcast where we set sail on the seas of Eberron in our brand new series, Lost Horizons, Seas of Redemption. I am your host and DM, Derek, joined by our wonderful cast and courageous crew. Say avast, ye scurvy dogs.
Ahoy.
Avast, you scurvy dogs.
Now that that's out of the way, let's continue where we left off with the Session 0 one-shots. We will be starting off tonight with Christoph and Mikey. The rest of you can remain. You will just have to mute yourselves, please. Or you can go watch the stream. Okay, we're left with 2. And then there were 2.
And then there were 2.
Okay. So, Mikey, I'm just going to have you start off in here because it'd be easier than telling you to come on. And it's finally your turn. But starting first a little bit with Christoph. Christoph.
Hello.
You are in your home in the capital where your father is a baron in the Fae realm. And he has just kind of told you what is about to happen in your life. And as you're walking kind of in the courtyard, you see your tutor, Professor Nerid, who you just call Thalia, just walking towards you. She has a book in her hand and isn't really paying attention. She's a water elf, has long blue hair, which is currently pulled up into a bun, wearing spectacles, and she has on a courtly approved, like a court approved dress. Sorry, words got stuck in my mouth there. And like I said, is reading a book.
Hello, Thalia. How are you doing today?
Oh, Sin, did not see you there. What are you doing in the courtyard?
My father wishes to speak to me.
And what was that about?
He wishes to send me to Eberron.
She slams the book closed. To Eberron?
Yes.
Whatever for?
To experience the world more.
What about the world? It's just pushing you out of the nest, so to say?
So to say, yes.
Interesting. Funny, I was just about to make a trip to Eberron myself.
Oh, yes. What are you going for?
Well, the artifact that I've told you much about. The the obsidian shard is going up for auction. I want to try and get my hands on it.
Yes, that is an opportunity you cannot pass up.
Would you like to accompany me there?
That would be an excellent place to start in my time there.
What were your father's orders?
I must, my first order of business is meeting a bodyguard.
Oh, wonderful. Probably would need all the help we can get.
Yes. I'm not quite proficient at combat.
No, that never was your fortitude. Well then, when are you supposed to set sail, so to say?
I believe simply as soon as possible.
Wonderful. I shall accompany you. We can leave post-haste. Let's say
Excellent.
tonight we gather our things and leave early morning.
That sounds wonderful.
All right then. I'll see you at the portal.
I will see you there.
So you part ways. And is there anything you need to do in this last night here at home?
Simply pack my things, make myself look nice and proper, beautiful.
Okay. You arrive at the portal to the mortal plane next morning. And the professor is waiting for you there. Once again, has her hair pulled up into a bun and wearing her glasses, except this time a trunk of hers is being lifted onto like a stagecoach, and she is wearing a much more simple clothing, but still one that shows position in society of one with money.
I see you have prepared well for the travel.
Indeed I have. I've been looking forward to this. Can hardly wait to get my hands on that. You remember, it's the one I used to read to you about. I remember your eyes would light up so.
Yes, it is quite exciting to see it.
Well, I just hope I have enough saved. And that I don't have to ask you for help. It is not something we can let by. We must acquire.
Oh, I'm sure it will be no problem.
Always knew I could count on you, dear. Well, let's be off. You climb into the carriage, and the driver takes you through the portal, which has been set just outside of Sharn. And you have never seen Sharn, but
Correct.
the towering skyscrapers are in view as soon as you turn onto the main road. It is an imposing visage on the horizon. Many different height towers shoot into the sky, and even at the center of it, higher still, is a floating small city but you're certain it's also quite large. Just dwarfed compared to the rest of it. The gates to the city are enormous, but they also have like a smaller gate kind of on the inside that is what's kind of letting traffic through. The guards, of course, stop you, do a routine check papers and such, and let you through. You the city comes alive as soon as you enter it. You hear and see and smell things that are completely new to you. It's not as sharp and as vibrant as where you're from, as you live in the Fey realm, where everything is much more punchy. But it astounds you nonetheless. Your professor's just more interested in watching your reaction than she is in the city. You don't really even notice this. You're just so overcome. You come to a stop at the airship docks. The stagecoach driver helps you get the things, and you go to the nearest information stand, and the professor looks to you and says, did they give you a name for this place you're supposed to meet this bodyguard at?
No, I simply know I am looking for Aegis, the craftsman that sometimes comes by.
Oh, Warforged?
Yes, that one.
Alright. Well, I believe he told me one time that he enjoys a fighting ring here in Sean. Let me see if I can find it. And she goes up to that information desk and starts looking through things. Well, it says here it's the Iron Pit.
A very appropriate name.
Indeed. Best we be going then. She gets your tickets, and you take one of the vessels down to a lower level where you will find the Iron Pit. By now it is getting closer to dark. It's taken quite a while to get down there. But deep beneath bustling streets of Sharn lies the Iron Pit, infamous fighting ring. The secret area, known only to select few, attracts a diverse crowd ranging from hardened criminals to thrill seekers to wealthy elites seeking forbidden entertainment. Chill. As you enter the dock area, you find your way toward the entrance, which is hidden in an alleyway. A small, discreet door blending in with the surrounding stone walls. A dimly lit lantern hangs above. You watch as your professor gives 3 short raps and 2 long ones on the door. And then a peephole slides open. After a second closes and the door creaks open to reveal a narrow staircase descending into darkness. You don't even know where the guard went. As you descend, the faint sounds of cheering and clashing weapons grow louder. Bottom of the stairs' heavy iron gate stands guard. Once inside, you enter a dimly lit corridor flickered by torches. The air is thick with the smell of sweat and blood and smoke. The corridor opens up into a large circular chamber, the iron pit itself. A large circular arena with stone walls and a dirt floor stained with the blood of countless battles. The pit is surrounded by tiered seating made of rough-hewn wooded benches, allowing spectators clear view of the action below. At the far end, raised platform serves as the VIP section, which is where you are heading. Along with the wealthiest patrons and influential figures seated. And a assortment of bodyguards in attendance. The arena is dimly lit by a combination of torchlight and magical orbs suspended from the ceiling. Shadows cast by the flickering flame create an eerie, almost otherworldly atmosphere. And the crowd is a mix of rough-looking individuals, their faces partly hidden by hoods and masks, and elegantly dressed nobles, their excitement barely contained. In the center, you see a half-orc, like roughly 6 foot jacked dude, shirtless and with his fist up, squaring off against a warforged. Mikey, would you please describe your character for us?
Yeah, absolutely. So Aegis is 6'6", so the orc that he's fighting against, 6 foot jacked Aegis, is towering over him, 300 plus pounds, not necessarily jacked, has kind of like a more brownish tint to his air quoting skin, and is ready to fight.
Okay, wonderful. The professor says, "Well, there's your friend." As you take your seats, Aegis, you stare down at your opponent, and the announcer is finishing off everything and says, "Need a good clean fight."
He just looks at the announcer and just nods.
Half-orc grunts. And then he says, puts his hand out in the center. And fight!
You see Aegis just kind of eyeing his opponent, not making the first move, kind of ready to dodge. And he says, "Show me what you got."
Okay. Go ahead and roll initiative for me.
I got 11.
Okay, you got a 9.
So again, Aegis will not want to make the first swing, kind of egg his opponent on, just hold his hands up and not necessarily mocking him, but just kind of waiting for him to make the first move and
Okay.
just saying, "Come at me."
So he will go ahead and approach you and take a swing at you. He roll a 15.
My armor class is 17 without my shield.
Okay, so he does hit you, but it kind of just grazes off of you a little bit. And his second attack, he is surprised by this and kind of falls all the way off, so he just, like, basically slides off you and spins around. Faces you again. Your turn.
He just looks at him and laughs. "Ha ha ha, is that all you can do?" And I want to make a grapple check, try to grab him.
Okay, so that's a contested strength check. Go ahead.
All right. Okay, strength check. Here we go. Why is it not letting me roll this?
That would be athletics. Sorry,
Oh, okay, sorry.
that's my fault. Okay, 19. Yeah, you grab him. He goes to take a step back from you, and then you just, like, envelop him.
So with my second attack, I'm going to attempt to bite his ear.
Okay. That's unexpected. Go for it.
Just unarmed strike.
Well, roll an attack roll.
Okay.
I guess with advantage because he's grappled, so should be fine. Yeah, what the heck? Just roll the damage. There's no way you miss that.
All right, so just roll the damage. Why is this not? Yeah.
Are you gonna, like, rip it off?
Yeah, that's kind of the goal. Okay, so there's the attack roll. It's not letting me actually roll the damage though for some odd reason. I guess it's just a straight 4 damage if we're doing unarmed.
Yeah, it would be.
Okay, so it'd be just a straight 4 damage at that point.
Okay. You reach down and bite and rip off a piece of his ear.
Aegis then goes, or he spits out the piece of ear that he bit off, and says, tastes like bitch." And then I just let him go.
he roars in anger and frustration, and charges at you, like just puts his head down and charges. So he's gonna collide with you. I need you to make another an athletics check for us. Yeah. Oh, you don't move. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know what that second roll was for, but the first one was a 19, so that's strange.
Yeah, I don't know either. Rolling.
Oh, that must have been maybe the damage finally coming through.
Oh, maybe, yeah. So yeah, he runs down and charges at you and collides with your midsection, and you just boom. You don't move at all.
I just look down at him and smile.
All right.
And then I basically, I'm assuming he's still kind of engaged with me at that point, right?
Yeah.
And so yeah, I pretty much I just take a couple swings at him. I'm not trying to kill him. I'm just trying to knock him unconscious.
Okay. Go for it.
So the first unarmed attack roll. Why isn't letting me roll? I'll just roll this.
That'll hit.
21, so that'll be 4 damage. And the second one coming through. Oh, only a 10.
Yeah, the 10 won't hit. But I'll say with the 21, you kind of just uppercut him, and he just like kind of almost flies up and goes backwards a little bit, and you misjudge the speed at which he's falling. And that's how you missed the second one. But he is knocked prone. Which is fine. He'll use his movement to get up. And this time he tries to kind of get behind you and flank you. But it does not work. First one misses. It's plus your strength, right? For the unarmed strikes?
I believe so. Your strength, and then I think +1. I think you have 1 naturally.
Okay, so 18 hit?
18 does, just barely hit.
Okay, so he'll he like kind of fakes you out with the first one, and then on the second attack hits you right into like a joint where your shoulder joint, like the socket, and that would be, I don't know, 4 points as well of damage.
Well, you see Aegis kind of wince in pain just a little bit, as if something just kind of annoyed him, but not really did that much damage.
Mm-hmm. Your turn.
Oh, so you can hit. And I will come back and take another swing at him. Again, still aiming just to knock him unconscious, not trying to
Go
further than that at this point.
He is very confident with that last hit and deftly outsteps you.
Looking a little frustrated now, I'll take another swing at him.
Okay. Oh, so close.
No.
You definitely hit him. He tries to feint left, but ends up right into your fist. Ugh, and that's like a tooth goes flying. His turn. That's a miss, and that's a miss. He's pretty dazed from that last hit to the face, and just is like kind of swinging wildly. He's going to go for an extra round of attacks here. Misses again and again, and then finally hits you.
All right, seeing that he's kind of dazed, especially after missing his last 4 attacks, having him kind of come at me, I'm thinking that he's almost out of the fight, but I'm still going to continue with the same strategy and just try to knock him out.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll go through and take another swing at him.
Okay, hits.
All right, so that'll be another 4. And then I'll go ahead and take another swing at him.
Okay. Yeah.
Man, these rolls are terrible.
Yeah, I missed 4 in a row.
Right.
So on his last attack, he collided with you, and as he did, you took advantage of his kind of slow speed and went for a gut punch. And you go to follow up to the face, but he just crumples kind of to the ground and accidentally dodges you. He gets up and tries to swing at you again, and you easily block this one. But the next one comes in a lot faster than you were expecting, and he hits you kind of in the side where your armor pieces connect. 4 points of damage, and is your turn.
Oh, this is starting to get interesting. I'll basically take 2 more swings at him. Start with the first one. Oh, it's so close. I thought it was a nat 20 at first. Said.
Okay, so that one misses. That one will hit. So, with the first swing, you were kind of, as he hit you in the side, you were in the middle of a punch, and it kind of missed, so it causes you to miss. But the next one, you come in with a right hook up to the jaw, and it's his turn. 16. That'll hit.
17's my armor class.
Oh, 17. Mine's 15, sorry. And then the 18 will hit.
Yes, yep.
So, you just uppercut him, so he's a little dazed again. Goes to throw a punch, but ends up with a right kick to your side again. And that'll be 4 points of damage, and your turn.
Okay. It's not broke. Let's not fix it, right? Hopefully we get some better rolls, but I'm going to take a couple more swings at him.
Okay. Alright, 21.
Me to roll the second one?
Yeah. Okay. So, with the first hit, you just get him clean in the jaw. Again. It's like, almost like slow motion. You can kind of see the eyes roll around in his head. And he goes to fall backwards as if passing out. And then suddenly, like, comes back forward with, like, eyes white for a second, and then they clear. And he's kind of wobbling. You just go for that last hit. And he's down. The announcer, he's down for the count. With a clean knockout once again. That is our very own Warhammer.
Aegis walks up to the unconscious body, just looks down at him, says, "I'm not done with you yet." Puts his hand on him and actually heals him for 1 point of damage. So I'm basically just going to use bonus action, lay on hands.
Oh, there it is, his signature move. Back from the dead for more.
And then I'm going to follow that up with just another hit, another unarmed strike, basically pick him up and then try to punch him one last time.
Okay. Go for it.
And so that's a 22. Knowing I'm going to hit, I'm going to also channel that into a 2nd level Divine Smite.
Okay. So he's like, kind of like, as you pick him up in one hand and go for the hit, and then like your fist begins to glow, and you collide with his face, and it's like a bit of smoke kind of goes off in the air. He falls unconscious again.
Now I'm done.
Okay. You drop him?
Yep.
Alright, now it's over. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Collect your bets at the counter. He begins to go off about his next announcement. You roll a perception check for me, Mikey.
A perception. I got a 16.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. You notice 2 blue people in the crowd that you would recognize as not being locals. You surmise that it is Zendros and someone else, and his professor who you've talked to before.
Okay, so Aegis would just kind of walk out of the arena and then pretty much try to find them, just knowing that there's something that he's being called for.
Okay, you all meet up. Well, I must say that was quite a spectacle.
Hello, Aegis. Good fight.
Junior, is that you?
Yes, it's good to see you again.
Yeah. Don't know if I could say the same. What's the job?
You are going to join me for my time here in Eberron. And that should come close to settling the remaining debts.
Keep you alive. I got it.
Yes, simple job. For now, we are going to an auction.
One of high class with many priceless artifacts on display. One particularly interested in, and sure there will be trouble. So.
And that's where I come in.
Exactly.
But first, we can't be happy covered in blood. I'm gonna start using prestidigitation to clean off them,
Oh yeah.
make them more presentable.
Perfect. All right, follow me. Professor will lead you out of the pits, so to speak, and back up to the docks. From there, you'll catch a vessel back up to the upper levels of Sharn, where you guys will stay the night in a place she's procured. Turn off the crowd. Uh, uh, the auction is the next night. And if there's anything you wanted to do or discuss in between then, go ahead.
So, about this artifact, what are we going for?
That is not so important. It is a shard of obsidian, as far as you're concerned.
Yes.
It should be simple acquisition, really.
Hopefully.
Is there any problems we can expect?
Well, it is quite an important artifact, and I'm sure there's to be some dubious characters after it. Also some pompous rich collectors who wouldn't know what it was if it hit them in the face, and things of that nature.
The city does seem quite barbaric, so I assume thieves would be on the table.
Most assuredly. But the auction house is well known for its reputation of keeping out thieves.
Oh, that's good.
Well, gentlemen, I'm turning in for the night.
Very well, we will see you in the morning.
Aegis just kind of walks off and goes over to his own space, doesn't really say anything else, just like, whatever.
Time to find out if their beds are decent.
So it is we'll fast forward to the next night. Oops. You arrive at the Skybridge Gallery in the upper levels of Sharn. It is perched high up in the upper reaches. It's renowned for its exclusive auctions and exhibits. It is an architectural marvel. Exterior, a blend of shimmering glass and polished stone, offering breathtaking views of the city below. Elegant carriages and airships arrive at the entrance, disposing of their well-dressed passengers onto a crimson carpet that leads to the grand double doors. Lanterns cast a warm, inviting glow, and a line of well-dressed ushers ensures that only those with invitations are admitted. Your professor flashes her invitation and tells him that you two are her charges. Which, for first time is a first for you, Zendros.
Yes.
Inside, the gallery is a vision of opulence. The main hall is spacious and adorned with priceless artworks and sculptures. Crystal chandeliers hang high from the ceiling, casting sparkling light over the assembled guests. Plush velvet seating arranged in rows, facing a raised stage where the auctioneer stands behind a polished podium. The atmosphere is one of refined elegance with a palpable undercurrent of excitement. The attendees are the who's who of the Sharn elite. Wealthy merchants, influential politicians, and renowned scholars, with a few enigmatic figures shrouded in mystery. Conversations buzz with speculations about the items up for auction, particularly the obsidian shard. Oh, drat. You hear her whisper. How many people are interested in it? Far more than I would like. It has garnered much attention and curiosity. The auctioneer, Lord Roderick Vandemar, is a distinguished gentleman known for his impeccable taste and commanding presence. Dressed in a tailored suit, he stands at a podium, his voice clear and resonant as he addresses the crowd. You hear his gavel. Silence comes over the crowd. First item up for auction, a painting, Serafina de Oren. It is a stunning painting by the famous artist Seraphine. Artwork entitled Eternal Sunrise depicts a breathtaking dawn of the Enduran countryside, capturing the light and colors with extraordinary skill. As it is unveiled, a murmur of appreciation ripples through the crowd. Ladies and gentlemen, we begin tonight's auction with this magnificent piece by Serafina de Oren. Bidding starts at 5,000 gold pieces and shoot up, and the bidding quickly escalates. The painting is eventually sold for a handsome sum of 30,000 to a merchant with a passion for fine arts. Sold to the gentleman for 42. Next, we have a rare and exquisite collection of dragon-marked signet rings. Starting bid, 10,000 gold pieces. The bidding is even fiercer than before. Representatives of various houses, as well as collectors, vie for the prize ring. In the end, it is won by an enigmatic figurehead from House Cannith, who makes the final bid with a subtle nod. Sold! Moving on to our next, and dare I say, highlight of the night. This obsidian shard. Its true nature is unknown, but its potential is undeniable. We begin our bidding, 20,000 gold pieces. Tension in the room is palpable as the bids start coming in before Tala can even respond. She quickly throws up her paddle at somewhere around 40,000 and keeps climbing. 50, 55, 57, 52, 62 over there. 65. She raises her hand again at 68. And we're kind of down to just two people. Her and a shadow figure. $69, 70, 71, 72, 76, 79, 80. You can tell that she's getting nervous, and she's like, can't go much more than this. You wonder to yourself how she's even acquired that much gold. And the shrouded figure raises his hand again and says, 90,000. She just looks at you. Zendros.
100,000.
You have 100,000. Are you finished, sir? Going once. Going twice. Sold. The young man. 100,000 gold. What a night. He continues on with the auction. And she turns to you. Thank you, son.
But of course.
Now let's go collect our prize, shall we? You go around to the through the back doors to where you would collect your winnings, or your information on where to collect the artifact, as it was whisked away by security. They tell you to meet back there at a certain time once the auction is complete. You retrieve the item with no problem and take it back to your house, to where you were staying. And immediately she pulls it out of its case.
It is quite beautiful.
Yes, it is, isn't it? The obsidian shard of Varash is a small, intricately carved piece of obsidian about the size of your hand. It's edged with strange symbols that glow faintly when exposed to moonlight, which is currently shining through the window. It's encased in a delicate frame of mithril, with an ancient elven script running along the edges. She says, "This craftsmanship suggests it's a relic from long-lost civilization, possibly dating back to the days of giants of Zendrick."
Fascinating.
As we learned in your book, it's believed to be the ceremonial artifact used by the elven tribes of Zendrick. According to the history books, it's a token piece given to the giant King Varash by the Elven High Council. The relic symbolized truce between the two races and was kept as prized possession in Varash's court. Time. That significance was forgotten and became merely a curious artifact.
Looks like just a rock to me.
I would expect no less. But it is an item of great importance and historical significance.
She's not really paying attention to you and kind of examining the item this whole time. These runes, they don't seem to be purely decorative. They look like they could be a part of something larger. Perhaps a piece of a puzzle or a map. Patterns suggest they might align with something else.
So there are likely more.
I believe so. Go ahead and she comes over to you to show it to you. Go ahead and roll me an investigation. With a 10, you notice let's see, sorry. You notice some of the symbols actually correlate to numbers. And with her help, yeah, so she's helping you. So go ahead and roll with advantage. So give me one more roll.
All right. Again.
Okay.
A little better.
So the two of you realize that the symbols are coordinates or directions, but they're incomplete. Suggesting that shard is just part of a piece of something. She runs over to her bag and pulls out some books. And she reads a passage out loud to you. There's an old legend about relics hidden across Zendrick. Each one contains a part of a map to something ancient and powerful. Shard might be one of those relics. If we can find the other pieces, we might unlock its full meaning.
But I wonder where we can find these other pieces.
Well, they are ancient, and we have at least some of the coordinates, so we have a general direction to start going. So we simply need to look for ancient runes in those areas, and that should be a start.
Remember the map glowed in the moonlight? Maybe bring it closer.
Scoot.
Okay. It is currently a full moon, and once she holds it into direct moonlight, you walk out onto the terrace, and the runes begin to glow even brighter, and you can see some additional symbols and text appear. So I think I have a character sheet.
So at this point, we're outside, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I kind of thinking that, like, hey, this has been kind of easy so far. Aegis is just kind of like looking around just to see if, he can tell if anybody's watching us or if anything seems off.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a perception check then. And roll me a history check. Christoph.
Oh, Christoph, history.
Yeah, Christoph, history, you investigation. Or perception, I'm sorry.
Okay.
You're right. Okay, both very good rolls. Okay.
Yes. Beautiful.
So you catch the glint off on a far off rooftop. You just like catch a reflection.
Kind of like from a telescope or something.
Yeah, it's either a telescope or some kind of rifle, you're not sure. And then with that history check, the two of you are able to decipher the text, which says, you kind of read piecemeal together. Seek the glowing pillar beneath the silver falls, where the water sings and the light dances. There you will find the Guardian's token, another piece of the path. Just then a bullet whizzes past one of you.
Ooh.
Oh, the Lord.
We're being watched and shot at.
I would assume one correlates to the other.
Do you make your way inside?
Yes.
Yeah, very quickly ducking for cover.
Okay. As you run in, a couple more whiz past. Immediately the lights of the building to your left and right kick on, and as you turn out yours, or rather, Thalia does. The shots stay silent from then on, but you know someone was out there.
Aegis would mention to Xandros, as well as Thalia, is it right? That just since he saw that glint from that scope, just kind of what direction those shots were coming in, if it wasn't obvious, being later at night.
Okay. Well, I'm sure we can't stay here tonight. Probably should pack up our things and get down to the docks.
Yes,
Sounds
let's
like we
move
need to go to
quickly.
Zendrick.
And that is where we shall go.
Move quick.
Yeah, you begin to pack up your things, and by now it's almost dawn. Been up all night with the late auction and this process of discovery. We need to go to Dock 12. I know of a captain who doesn't have any alliances to anyone. Should be able to get us there without any trouble.
Lead the way.
You once again get on a vessel to take you down to the dock district. You're like, we were just here.
I was gonna say, yeah, this is right next to where the entrance to the fighting ring was, right?
It's on the same level. Not exactly the same dock, but yeah.
Yeah. If we pass by that on the way to the docks, Aegis would say something along the lines of, "I probably." Oh, thank you, Cody. Prep couldn't hold it together. Probably shouldn't go back there again.
Yeah, best not. Anyways, this way. She leads you straight down the main thoroughfare, past a little fountain, past all kinds of shops. Too bad if you're hungry, because she just keeps walking. We need to get out of town as fast as we can. I know the captain of the Iron Serpent should be that should be the vessel we choose. As you approach the ship, there's a lot less commotion today, as it's really early morning. People are just kind of waking up. You see a young girl at the top of the catwalk to the boat. I don't know what those things are called. But like that bridge, that goes from the dock to the boat. And she calls out to her. Oh, Elra! Elra! Hello, doll. What? Oh, yeah, a gangway. That's what it's called. As she's walking up the gangway, you see Elra, like, rubbing her eyes and being like, "Hey, what are you doing here? It's been ages." Well, saying that to an elf, you know how that is. But yes, it has been some time. They laugh and embrace. What brings you around here? Well, you see, we kind of are in need of a vessel to Zendrick. Are y'all headed that way?
Yep.
Well, I don't think we had any plans to go that way directly, but she leans around her to look at you two. I'm sure the captain could be persuaded with some coin.
I just look over at Xandros, like,
Don't worry. The captain and his crew will be fairly compensated for the travels.
Wonderful. Well, then, it sounds like we're going to Zendrick. Let me go wake up the captain. Well, he's probably not asleep, actually. He usually doesn't sleep when we're on land, just working. I'll get him nonetheless. She disappears in the ship. Comes back a couple minutes later with a very greasy-looking captain. Still in his leather bib or apron, and he's close to Aegis's height, just a little bit shorter. Black hair with some gray flecks. A nice welcoming smile. He says, "Well, hello, I'm Captain Aldrich at your service. What can I do you for?"
Hello, I am Xandros Alazar Thaloran.
That's a fancy name.
Yes. We are seeking to go to, what was it? Sorry.
Zendrick.
Zendrick. We're going to Zendrick.
All right. Anywhere in particular? And Thalia says, "Well, the jungle in particular." Well, if that's what you want. Not a problem. You're willing to pay? I'm willing to drive. Well, I don't drive. That's That's my boy Archie over there. But all the same, nonetheless. Welcome aboard the Iron Serpent. We'll help you get your luggage, and we'll get you a nice cabin to set up in.
Excellent.
Aegis just follows Xandros onto the boat.
Okay. We were planning on setting sail tomorrow morning. Thalia just says, do you think you could move that up a bit? Maybe today, possibly? We're just in a bit of a hurry, you see. Well, I'll see what I can do. I don't rightly see why not, but I just gotta make sure all more final checks are done. I'll get to it. And he disappears to go make some final preparations.
Then we should get set up in our quarters then.
Okay. I think that is where we'll leave you guys. Trying to decide. Oh, okay. Actually, hold on. Let me grab the other 3 people on the boat. So Elora takes you down to your quarters, and once you're settled, she says, "Come up and find me, and I'll introduce. Come up and find me, and I'll introduce you to the rest of the crew." Forgot to voice her. You do a little while later, and she brings you first up to the helm and says, "This here's Archie. He's our windwright, navigator, and all-around sourpuss, but we love him."
Do we really need more baggage on the ship? I mean, Crest is strained as it is. Oh, sorry, that was rude of me. Hi, I'm Archie. If you hurt my boat, I'll disintegrate you.
Now, Archie, be nice to the paying customers.
Oh, they're paying. My apologies, good sirs. Lord and Metal Guy. However I can be of service.
And lady.
Yeah, that too.
He's harmless, really. She takes you next to the to the foot of the crow's nest. Hey, Sonny!
Yes. As I clear my throat.
It's a bit dry up there, wind and all.
I start climbing down the ladder.
Oh, this could take a minute. In the meantime, here's Honest John. He's our quartermaster, all-around procurement of item person.
As I get up to you, I'm like, I'm not that slow.
Just a small joke. I know.
Being a turtle just gets a bad rep. And I reach out to introduce myself. I'm Sunny.
I am Zendros Alazar Thalor.
Nice to meet you, Zandros.
And I'm Aegis.
Nice to meet you as well, Aegis.
And I'm Professor.
I be here. Oh, crap. What?
Hold on. I'm Professor Elisa Nirad. Nice to meet you.
Ooh, a professor. I might have to talk your ear off later.
Oh, fellow scholar.
Indeed. You and I might get along very well.
Well, we shall see. Oh, who might you be? She turns to you, John.
I be but your humble quartermaster, ready to serve at your only whim.
It's so good.
Pleased, I'm sure.
The pleasure is all mine.
That it is.
Well, did you need me for anything else? Otherwise, I'm gonna go back up top.
How many times
Now, Sonny,
have I told you there's nothing to look at here?
Maybe for you, but I have a keen eye.
All right, suit yourself.
Now, Sonny, don't be rude or I'll let the wind hit you up there.
How am I being rude, Archie?
We're introducing ourselves to our guests. Make them feel at home.
Okay, can I carry any luggage for you?
We already got that sorted out.
Okie dokie. Well, if you need any help with anything, please do not hesitate to ask.
Thank you, Sonny.
Anytime. Anytime. As I walk off, doing some other things around the ship. Nearby.
Okay. While you're all there, Elora says, well, forgot to mention, we're moving up launch time. It's going to be about 8 hours or so from now.
Well, it'll take me a little while to get Crest spun back up, but I'm sure he'll be ready by then.
I mean, we've been docked for like 2 months now.
I know. Have you ever tried to convince an elemental to get going after they've not been going? It's not exactly an easy task.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Why the sudden change in schedule, if I may ask?
You may not. Captain felt like it.
There. Well, I'll get it ready.
Best you do.
I'll head below and go ahead and start talking to Crest. Get him ready to move.
All right.
If begging my pardon, folks, I'll see you guys topside here in a little bit. Archie is going to descend below deck.
I'll leave you to it as well. And I got quite a bit of work to do before lunch. And she just takes off like yelling orders at people.
What was that, Miss Alara? What would you like me to do?
You just hear in unison from the crew, "Shut up, Sonny."
Will do.
Why bother?
Not quite sure how we're going to hear your voice over a storm when there's land ahead, but we'll find out.
Remember, Derek, there will be no wind surrounding the ship so long as I'm here.
True. You all find yourselves on the ship bound for a new adventure.
Yay.
And look forward to the time you can take off. Some of you a little more anxiously than others, but all excited nonetheless. And that is where we will end for Mikey and Christoph.
Well, that's all for today. Thank you for joining us on our adventure. We hope you had as much fun as we did. Please drop a like, subscribe, and hit that bell for the next session as we continue Lost Horizons, the Seas of Redemption campaign.